Last year was our first year doing the Tampa Bay Woman of the Year. It was a great event for us. Actually surpassed our golf tournament, which has been in effect for 8 years now. It was a great event. It was one of the most effective, most fun, classy events we've ever run. I was very happy with it.
Yeah, I think it's a great event because, it really doubles what we get from our golf tournament. It gives us a balance between the golf tournament, something that's very casual, very fun, an all-day event, and then also includes the women and really speaks to kind of the whole community. We do a fantastic, very formal event at Neiman Marcus. It's a great fashion show. Lots of things going on. We've got the silent auction, and there's lots of funds raised, and we get to help out a ton of families as a result of it. So it's a 12-week event rather than a one-day event. So that's also an excellent aspect of it.
Well, one of the big things this year has been all the families we've helped out. Actually, we're getting more and more requests coming in, and every request comes in is very heartfelt. What do you think, Tom? What are some of the key impacts that you've seen this year?
I think so far this year, given since where we started, where this foundation has evolved, it started 9 years ago in the driveway here in the Fords in Westchase, and it's evolved to what we have here today. We got the golf event, we have the Tampa Bay Woman of the Year, given a second. We have this event here we're doing today. I think the Santa Parade, that's something that we do every year. I think in the past 8 years we've given away north of $150,000 so far. We're looking to hopefully get the 200,000 mark by the end of this year. We'll see what we can do with this event, but we're on the right pace to go ahead and do that, and that's going to help a ton of families here in Westchase. So we couldn't do it without your support. So thank you guys out there.
The Tampa Bay Woman of the Year event is an excellent opportunity to give to an outstanding organization. We've been able to help numerous families, and it's an important aspect of what we do with the foundation, but it's also a great way for you to help us. Meanwhile, you can have a great time at Neiman Marcus, and also there are excellent silent auction events that local businesses in the community have generously donated that will be a nice benefit for families who are giving for an important cause, but also it's a great way to give to friends and family. Really, there's a diverse group of people who have given, and the silent auction items are surprising.
We have a lot of really great items on the list. Some are kind of secret items at this point, but we do have some items from the Bucks, some packages from the Bucks. We also have a gorgeous necklace that's a diamond-studded butterfly necklace. So it actually even mimics our logo. So there you have it. It's an $800 value. We have some stuff from the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for people to get some fantastic value for themselves, as well as give money back to the charity. Another item that we have is, it's not a silent auction, it's actually a raffle, and you can buy raffle tickets to win an iPad. And who doesn't want the latest technology walking around, right? So we do have an iPad that's available as well, and all the money goes to Tampa Bay Woman of the Year and the Westchase Charitable Foundation. I wanted to talk a little bit about why I enjoy being a part of Westchase Charitable Foundation, and really it's just a fantastic feeling. I've been involved in charity work that's close to my heart since about '93, so a long time. I've been doing things like this, and I've been on the board for a little over 2 years, about 2.5 years now, and it's a fantastic feeling to get those requests in. You hear some really heart-wrenching stories, but the great thing is to be able to actually do something about it. You hear everybody has stories these days where they're touched by illness or by some sort of tragedy, and this is a great opportunity to be able to give back and do something about that. So it's really been a fantastic experience for me.
In regards to the 8-year-old boy with the cancer that we helped out?
Well, I don't know that they discovered cancer. They found a really strange tumor. There's only a few people in the world that have that strange tumor. And they were gracious enough to drive to my office where we hold our meetings, and we could offer them a check. And when the mom got up, well, the family did very well. They worked hard, Dad worked hard, Mom worked hard, they had a nice life. And unfortunately, because of the illness, and because of the rarity of the illness, they had to move to Texas to get treatment. So Mom and Dad both had to leave their jobs to go be with their son. He was very young. And when she came in to tell us about the difficulty they had and how much they appreciated what we were able to do for them, they also mentioned that unfortunately they had just lost another child in a tragic car accident, a baby. And it was just heart-wrenching for us. So it is, although one of the most depressing jobs, it can also be one of the most rewarding jobs, because we're not paying anybody to be here. We're all volunteers. There's 13 people on the board. We're all people in the local community. We work hard, and we raise money and hand a check to a family. And that's what I appreciate about being on the board.
Some of the requests that we get hit near and dear to my heart, and really any day we could be the next person that's in need, and could be the same person that's submitting a request versus the person reviewing a request. So I really, am honored to be a part of the board and to be able to help while we're in a position of blessing to be able to help others. And it's important that if you have ideas or people that have a particular need, you can also look on our website and submit a request to the foundation for help. And that's why we're here, and that's why we do it. And Sean's a big proponent of talking about, the foundation gives every penny away. This is a volunteer organization. And so I'm thankful for your role and for us being able to be in a position to help.
I think so far, year to date over the past 8 years, just over $150,000. The goal that I see us hitting, especially with this event and the events, that's going to happen on November 12th when we announce the Tampa Bay Woman of the Year, we could do $200,000 back to the community. So that's that's something that we all can be proud of. Us here in the board, the guys that started the board 8 years ago, and everyone here in Westchase. We, like Todd mentioned, we are privileged to live in a community like this, a community that cares and gives back. And without the support of the board and everyone out there, that lives, amongst us and our neighbors, I think we all should be fortunate. Knock on wood that. We do have, our families that are healthy, but we got to realize there's more of them out there that are not. And, that's why we do what we do. We get more requests than we can fulfill. So it kills us when we get these requests that come in and we don't have the funds to help in some way. So the more we get, the more we give back. And like Sean said, there's nothing left in the bank. Everything goes back out.
It really is families helping families. The community has really been supportive of the community. I think that's the most important thing.
I had one other quick thing I wanted to say, which is just, you work in positions like this, and you do things, you give back, and at some point in time you kind of question how much is it really doing. And I guess the biggest message that I'd like to impart is just that there are people who are doing much, much better as a result of the things that we've done, and and actually giving back to our organization after what they've gone through. So the family that you mentioned earlier, their son with the very rare liver tumor, he is fully recovered. He's had his surgery. I can't say he's fully recovered. He has some recovery left, but he's a 9-year-old boy who is just completely bouncing back from this. And the family is back on their feet and, back to recovery as a family. So that's huge to not only be able to help in that time of need, but to be able to say for the long term, hey.
And it feels good.
Now it's all okay. That was just a blip on the radar, and people are getting on with their lives. So it's pretty special.
And finally, I'd like to say this. There's a lot of organizations out there. They're fundraising, and so a lot of credible causes out there. But we're kind of unique in the sense that we're giving locally to families that are in desperate need. There's fundraisers going on like Susan G. Komen, great cause, but essentially it's a national entity going to a greater cause. But at the end of the day, we're trying to impact the families locally that need the money, that are struggling to go through and take care of their child or their family members. They're in need, and maybe they can't make their medical payments, they can't make their mortgage, they've lost their job just because of the impact that this disease has had to their family. And the great cause, the great impact that we've had is to say, okay, we can write you a check for whatever amount, $5,000 maybe. It's not going to solve all their problems, but at the moment it may solve their problems in immediate time.
Gets them back in the race.
Yeah.
Get them back in the race, as you mentioned earlier.
The immediacy that we can turn it.
And we also want to be grateful for some of the consistent local sponsors. Catch 23 is always there for us. Rob is a great supporter of the foundation. I know Zen Bistro is a consistent supporter. Mercedes-Benz Tampa. Every year we have a nice Mercedes to ride around in the Christmas parade for the Tampa Bay Woman of the Year. Can wave with her tiara to everyone. Laser Locators supports the foundation every year. Chorus Insurance. Who else we got that are regulars? World of Westchase magazine is one of our top supporters.
Bob has been very supportive.
World of Beer is also a consistent supporter. And so we're grateful for them and for hopefully your business that we can name in the years to come. Anyone else that I'm missing?
I just want to mention in closing that we appreciate your support. If you feel compelled to participate and to donate and to be part of the foundation, westchasefoundation.org. You can go to our website. We appreciate anything you do for us. Every penny goes away to the families. And anything you could do to support us, we really, really appreciate it. And that's really why we're here, to raise money to give to other families.
So one other quick thing, as far as we give back to the families, and kind of the stopgap that we provide is just, there's a lot of organizations out there, as Ahmed mentioned, who do fundraising. But the one thing that we can do that's a little bit different is in times of extreme need, we've even been able to turn around and give people a check within, like 24, 48 hours?
Exactly.
So we can receive a request and in 24 to 48 hours give a family a check. And that's 100% because of what the community does to give to our foundation. So thank you all.
Thank you for your support of the Westchase Charitable Foundation.